Yeah, good evening to everybody. My name is Kumar. I am from Wealth Company Mutual Fund. So we started our operation about 3 to 4 months back. We got our license for mutual fund in the month of August. And we came out with our first set of new fund offers in the month of September. So we came out with 4 funds to start with. A quit fund category, one fund we had come, and AIF, apart from that, 2 equity funds we had launched, Flexi Cap and Ethical Fund. These are the 4 funds which we launched about 1.5 months back. And now we have come out with the second series of NFOs. So of that, the first product is going to be our multi-asset fund. That is what which we are launching. And I am happy to share the news that our fund, Flexi Cap fund, became open-ended from 17th of October. And in a month's time, now as of now, if you see 1 month performance, it is in the top 10 category. So that with lot of this thing, we can share that particular. It has given an absolute return of around 1.42% absolute return it has given. Now with this particular fund, second fund which we are coming out, multi-asset fund, it will be true to the label. That is what we used to say. All our funds, we want to keep it to the true to the label. So we want it to be maintained as a, managed as a multi-asset fund only. So there are many multi-asset funds, around 38, 39, 43, I think 38, 39 multi-asset funds are there. Out of that, if you see, about 7 or 8 are true to the category of multi-asset. Others are somewhat biased towards equity. So maybe tax angle is one of the reasons probably they are seeing. So we see the tax thing is also not a major factor, but it can also be overcome. So let me just go through some of the major points only to you. So why multi-asset? So no single asset class outperforms consistently. So the last 15 years, if you see, equity funds, equity has outperformed 4 times. So in the last 15 years. And if you see debt, it has outperformed in 2 years. And gold has outperformed 9 years. So it clearly shows that one particular asset alone, it is outperforming kind of a thing. It's a cycle, business cycle which is going through. So our view is we should be present in all the asset class to take advantage of this particular thing. If you are only in one segment of the asset class, probably the probability of making a better rate of return is lesser for you. So that's why we say multi-asset fund is one of the best thing which we have to look at. So this is the thing which I said, last 15 years, if you take from 2010 to 2025, the last 10 years, gold as an asset class, it has outperformed 9 years. And equity it has done 4 years, and debt it is done 2 years. So true to the label, our fund house multi-asset fund will be a debt kind of a fund only. So debt taxation will apply. So equity we will not go to 65%. So actually if you see a multi-asset fund which is having around 65% equity, maybe 65 to 67% they will be having equity. Another 3 to 4% will be in cash. Around 70%, more than 70% is over in that. Another 20% they will have it in debt. 90% is over. Balance 10% only they are going in for other assets. So it is truly not reflecting the multi-asset color. So the actual multi-asset color should be able to move according to the market sentiments where the cycle, business cycle is happening that way. 2 to 3 years, gold will be one of the asset class which will be performing well. So accordingly, our fund, multi-asset fund, will have somewhere in the region of, in the initial period offer which we have said, it will be around 25 to 30% will be towards gold allocation will be there. Plus silver and REITs, these 3 things will be there. And equity will be an allocation of around 30%, and debt will be somewhere in the region of 25%. This is what they're going to be the allocation for our fund house. So one thing which normally it comes to mind, everyone's mind is investor, they say, what about taxation? So taxation is one thing which we say, see, if somebody is coming into your equity fund or any of the mutual fund things, minimum period is 2 to 3 years they are expected to retain the fund with us. So 2 years period, if you see, taxation almost becomes same, 12.5% for equity as well as this fund. The only difference probably what people can tell is 1,25,000 rupees is exempted in long-term capital gain. That is what the major thing which people can say. But our confidence level is that 1.25 lakhs, on that you pay 12.5% tax if you are coming into this multi-asset fund. So that comes to around 16,000 rupees. But the return difference, definitely it will cover up for that. So you will not be losing any fund compared to the equity with 1.25%, 1.25 lakhs exemption, and this particular fund without this 1.25 lakh exemption, you will not be losing much. We will be able to cover up the return. That is what our confidence level is. So for that, I would say there is a slide which says about our back testing we have done for about this is what the tax this thing multi-asset. Yeah, this is the back tested. So 5 years, 10 years, almost all categories you can see in different scenarios we have tested, and this particular asset allocation has outperformed the other asset classes. So this particular model has worked out well. So if you see, if it is a equity oriented multi-asset fund, they would have matched with Nifty 200 index. So what is the index return? What is the MAF benchmark return? Where is our asset allocation thing? What is the return it is giving? So in all year category, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, all these categories, it has outperformed. And the asset allocation side, what we say is, we will have equity maximum to the extent of 55%. Same way, gold also maximum to the extent of 55%. That is what we can go. And REITs around 10%. Debt is around 55%. These are the three allocations which we are having. So our fund will be a true multi-asset fund with debt taxation, which we are very confident that it's not an hindrance. The return generation, alpha generated by the fund manager, will cover for the tax portion of differential tax portion. So this is what our submission. And the brokerage part also is kept attractive, being a smaller AMC with lesser AEM. Definitely a brokerage structure will be attractive. And apart from that, the other advantage is this particular fund being managed as a debt fund, the TER is also only 2% for this particular fund. Unlike other 2.25% for other equity oriented funds, this will be around 2% only is the TER. So that is a 0.25% expenses ratios will be less to this fund. So these are the major points which I would say. I would request you to consider this particular fund. I can share the presentation to all of you, and I look forward for your support for this particular fund. Thank you very much to IFPA for giving us an opportunity. Thank you. I think I have not skipped the time. I have not overshot.
It is for us to overshot the target of Mr. Kumar. So please bear in mind. So let me invite Mr. Kumar, R. Kumar, to hand over a token of memento for Mr. Kumar from Wealth Company.